lumens. Is measuring lumens beneficial at all, or should growers stop measuring lumens entirely? Right. So a lot of people used to use lumens, not anymore though.
Yeah, so as I said before, PAR, as in the particles of light that cause growth, are in about the range of 400 to 700 nanometers, and they're, you know, more or less absorbed equally within reason. So blue, green, and red photons are absorbed at a very similar rate. However, the eye and look sensors, um, they are much more sensitive to green than blue or red. So they will see green more effectively than they will blue and red. Having said that, I wouldn't discourage somebody from using a lux meter if they're trying to particularly look at intensity across their grow area. Using a lux meter will show you the relative values of light intensity across that grow area very accurately. So if you want to, for example, look to see what your intensity is in the corners, or if you've got a large grow area and you're mapping out lights and trying to cover your canopy evenly, using a lux meter is a perfectly good solution for that. If you want to see what your actual power number is, there is a correlation between what a lux meter will read and the power number. It's basically a factor you can multiply the lux reading by. I've got a blog on my website and on the YouTube channel showing you how you can use a lux meter to measure power effectively. So you measure lux and then just multiply it by a number. You can also use it in conjunction with an app. So if you're on Android or iOS now, actually, there's an app called the PPFD app. It's a guy I've worked with a little bit in the past, and you can pair what is a cheap and readily available lux meter called the Unity. It's the Bluetooth version, and you can pair that to the app, and you'll get at least 95% accuracy in terms of the power numbers. I've tested it with various different light sources extensively, and they're pretty accurate. But there's also a number of apps you can use with your phone too. So again, there's the what was the Photon app? I can't remember. They changed it to, I can't remember. It was called the Photon app, but there's one on iOS which is quite accurate. You have to use basically a piece of paper over the front camera as a diffuser. So you basically just sellotape a little bit of paper over the front camera on your iPhone, and you can use that as a power meter, and it'll be perfectly adequate for most home growers. And the PPFD app, you can do the same now across Android and iPhones. So it's relatively easy to do. There are other sensors. I've just done an extensive test of 6 power meters, comparing the Lycor, which is like the industry standard $1,500 one, with the Apogee, which is like the $600 one, with the Spot On, which is the $350 one, with the Photon, which is the $160, I think, and a couple of other ones which were cheaper and not very good. But those higher priced ones, the difference in accuracy between the $1,500 meter and the $160 meter is only about 5%. And if you're growing at home, 5%, 95% accuracy on a power meter is all you need. So you can do it for $160. Buy them on Amazon. It's the Hydro Farm Photo Bio power meter. You want to get a little bit more accurate, you can use the Spot On, which is, again, I've used here extensively, and on you go. But you only really need to be spending big bucks if you're a commercial grower, and 5% means something to you, Otherwise, you can do it pretty cheaply and easily.
I'm glad to see that there are more affordable options coming onto the market when it comes to measuring light. I mean, geez, warp back 5 years ago, and Apogee sensor was the cheapest you could get, right? Hit the 600. So I have 2 different models of them, and at first they were only 400 to 700, and then they came out with the one that extends beyond that, because we found out that extends a little bit beyond that, so that was good. That's the one I have. But yeah, it's really good to see that they got the spot on meter, which is cheaper. And then the other ones you mentioned, and actually using your phone to get an idea of what the light levels is, even if it's only 95% accurate. I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is for all intents and purposes. You're you're able to adequately and reliably measure light. How to use it though is the next thing, and that's where people come a little bit unstuck, I think. Again, I got a little tutorial on our YouTube channel about using power meters, but really what you want to do is first of all measure their center point. So most lights are going to have higher intensity in the center. Even LED bar lights in around the center is going to be higher, and want to trade off dropping your light as low as possible to get as much light down onto the plants, because if the light's up very high, light will bounce around and be lost. It'll go every other way except hitting the plant canopy. So getting it down nice and low is very beneficial. Dropping, for example, from about 24 inches down to about 12 inches will improve the amount of light, even with reflective walls in a grow tent, by about 10 to 15%. So you can get real benefits or improvements in efficiency by optimizing that light height. So you're checking the center measurements and then just checking the corners, really, the corners and the edges. Because there's no point in getting really high light intensity in the center of your tent and then all the plants around the periphery are suffering. So trying to do that trade-off. And generally, I would say you're trying to get in the corner about half the maximum number in the center. It's not possible to get 100% uniformity, so don't try, it won't happen. And it's okay to have that fall off. It'll fall off fairly gradually to the edges. So if you're getting 50-60% of the intensity in the center out in those corners, you've pretty much got it optimized.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.